They're stabbing him in the back, and they can't get me to go on what they want. So Rich Priebus jumps on him and say, "Don't let me speak." Look at the people coming to me. I ain't got to go to nobody. You know what I mean? And I didn't ask to speak. You know what I mean? So, but Rich Priebus,
they want you to speak.
I know he do.
He wants you to speak.
I know, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna get him the votes now doubly hard because I know the Republican Party is undermining it. So therefore, they can say what they say. I'm gonna say what I say. We're gonna deliver the vote because they got black people running away from the party. I got to tell the black people, give him a chance to fail. If it's a lie, let's make the lie come true. That's what you have to be able to deal with, just like I did for George Walker Bush. You know what I mean? And we got 4 more years. You know what I mean? And I beat out Stephanie Tubbs Jones. They said, who's going to win, Don King or Stephanie Tubbs Jones? Don King won. You got 4 more years.
What would you say to Hillary Clinton right now?
Well, Hillary, I predicted that she would be the first lady president way back there. But if you stayed with the system of corruption and things, I think Hillary would be the best candidate. But if you're going to get that new candidate, here's what Donald Trump said. That's what I'm with him 100%. We will create a whole new system. We will tear this system apart. America first. We want to make America great again. That's what's going to do it because this system we in, we can see what it's doing. We had almost like a Holocaust. We can't deal with it. You know, white and black alike, working together works, but they got it where they want to be pitted against you, against me, me against him. It's divisive, it's bigotry, discrimination, and against the white woman. And that's what I'm looking for. Get that white woman her rights because she didn't have her rights. And we were supposed to be heathens and savages, and they gave us, the heathens and savages, the right to vote 50 years before they gave the white woman the right to vote. Something is wrong with this system. So and she's the mother of humanity.
What do you say to Black Lives Matter protesters?
I think that's what they should do. You know, it's a reaction. That's what they're saying, and people looking at it the wrong way. What they're saying is our lives matter when you say Black Lives Matter. But what really got me, my friend Rudolph Giuliani said, oh, this is a racist tactic. This is a racist tactic. And then today, it come behold, they got a new law in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Blue Lives Matter. You know what I mean? Oh, is that racist? That's concern. All lives matter. But what black people are saying, how can they have these killings indiscriminately, one after another, without any consequences? You know what I mean? So we can't do that. Even the good policemen there, and I'm a friend of the policemen everywhere. They made me, I got my badge, I got my rights to do that, and I bought $200,000 worth of bulletproof vests back there 30 years ago to protect our guys in blue. Yep. You know what I mean? But you can't keep killing people of color, you know, without any consequences, unarmed. And when you tell me about that, what about Trayvon Martin going to get him some Skittles? And then Rance Priest said, Don King scalped a man, he killed a man. I did. You know, but it was in self-defense. But the black code don't work for a black code. You know what I mean? So stand your ground don't work for black people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I had 5 witnesses. 5 witnesses. The judge said, I just can't let this man go with this murder trial, so he reduced it to manslaughter. And they told me I was going to get 30, 60, 90 days. I did 4 years, but I made the time serve me. You know what I mean? So I'm okay. Rance Priest did himself a dishonor because he's dishonoring George Walker Bush, Herbert Walker Bush, Karl Rove, Ed Gillespie, Mahoney, all of them that work like beavers in the Republican Party to bring people in to be together, to bring a move from days of Frederick Douglass, who was the president.
Donald's going to bring them together? Trump's going to bring them together?
With me, yes. The double D is hard to beat. With me, we're double D.
The double D. I love the double D.
The hard to beat.
Triple D.
Yes.
I'm Daryl Scott.
There we go.
Triple D. Triple D. You understand? They can't get around it because I understand my country. Tis of the sweet land of liberty. You know what I mean? A new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men and women are created equal. I'm fighting for the women's rights and people of color's right, for America's right, the voice of the people. And he got more votes out than anyone else in the history of the Republican Party. They don't like that because they can't control him and he can't be bought. So that's what they're demonstrating by making him think I'm going to go say something
What
negative.
makes you think he can be a unifier? What have you seen from him that's going to bring people together, that's going to bring women and African Americans into his camp?
Yeah,
How
you know what?
Get white and black people to talk.
We're going to get him to talk because you're creating a new system.
But how can Donald do that?
Well, he can do that. If he wins, we're going to do that. That's his commitment. And if he don't do that, I would be just as biased against him as he is with that. And we can get the people. Don't forget, you got a black president. I thought it was a miracle in my time. But the black president could not get a vote through the Congress. They can block you, you know, but Donald Trump would tell on them. He would give their phone number. He would say who's against the people when they're doing something that's right. He ain't gonna lay back and be quiet and be diplomatic and politically correct. You know what I mean? He gonna be successful, right? And what you do with Donald Trump, they vet him on business for politics. No, he made a business out of bankruptcy. He's the most magnificent bankrupter in the history of America. made it a success to be a bankrupt. That's business sense. That's a different thing.
Would you be his VP? Would you be his vice
You
president?
know what? I would be whatever you want me to be because I'm for the people. You know, Donald Trump is second, people first. But the people's rejection to the establishment, the people's rejection to the lying politicians, the people's rejection to the boss politicians like Reese Priebus, the people's rejection to all of that is what made Donald Trump become a lie. He never would have become a liar because they all thought he was going to be a buffoon, they're going to be a clown entertainment, they're going to be a reality show, and now he's vying at the door for the presidency. And if he hadn't beat Ted Cruz so bad in Indiana, it may have been that because they would have tried some duplicity in the electorate. Let me say this to you all. Electors. You know, electors are governing our lives, the destiny of America and the destiny of America's children. And the only constraint that you got on them is their conscience. What is that, man? Don't you know that's rigged? You don't understand that you're the two electors from each state.
Yep.
You can't deal with that kind of thing. The new system definitely would not have that. You know, we would do somewhere the people to be elected to be held accountable for what they're doing, for their actions, how they do, what they do, and what respect they do. And when they don't do what they say they're going to do, they're going to be called a liar. And you know what George Washington said, what they call that word recall. You know what I mean? And you start working for a recall. But here's what they do. They say something don't mean nothing. They're not only the black and white, and more so the whites because they're more whites than it is black. You know what I mean? So you're only fooling yourself when you think that you got something that you don't have. All right? So Donald Trump brought a refreshing breeze to the table. Now we got to make him make that dream come true.
How do we get you on stage tonight? How do we do it? How do we get you? Long live Donald King.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's up to you, the people. You know, but I'm like that guy that was crying in the wilderness, named John the Baptist, of crying on the voice that one that's coming greater than I. And in American history, you got the one that says, "Do you surrender?" A guy named John Paul Jones, the British commander, said, "Do you surrender? Do you surrender?" He said, "I've not yet begun to fight."
Long live Don King! Long live Don King! Hey!